We all know that feeling. You've been in a rut for a couple days, couple weeks, a couple months, and then all of a sudden, you see that one video, how to change your life in 90 days, or just that David Goggins video, that Hamza video, that Imangati video, that Ali Abdal video, the video that really makes you go, this time is going to be different. So you watch it and you're just filled with motivation. You're filled with inspiration to change your life. You know for a fact that this time is not like all the other times you said you were actually going to change your life. This time you're going to change it for real. And this time you know it's going to work because you said you're going to change it for real. And last time you just said, I'm going to change my life. So the for real is the difference. The for real is what is going to make the difference this time. You get your life together, you get up, you clean your room, then you brush your teeth, you shower, then you get your journal out, you start writing. This is who I am now. I don't give a who I used to be. I'm never going back to my old ways. And it works. For a couple of days, you're doing the things you know you need to do. It gets easy and easy. And then you keep doing it. A time comes, maybe 5 days in, maybe 5 weeks in, but it's just harder. It's harder to get out of bed. It's harder to meditate. It's harder to do the yoga. It's harder to do all the things you know you should be doing. And then you find yourself back in that familiar thought pattern. And then you start saying the things you used to say and start acting the way you used to act. And you're disappointed. But you know, yeah, it's not that bad. I can keep going. And that thing they always say, do everything in moderation. So you keep going and you keep trying, but one day it's just too difficult. Then you get that feeling in your stomach, and then the voice in your head is really, really loud. It's saying, just do it tomorrow. You don't actually have to do it today. You can actually sleep in for 5 more minutes, and then you have just enough time to get up and get ready and go to class. And you can do it after class. Like, you actually don't have to do it right now. It's just like, you don't have to be like David Goggins. David Goggins wakes up at 6 a.m., but you're not David Goggins. It's always moderation. Be kind to yourself. Be compassionate. You don't have to be like everyone else. This is your routine. This is different. You don't have to do it. Like, you don't have to work that hard. And besides, it's not like you're gonna stop. We're not gonna stop like we did last time. We're just gonna not do it today. We'll post it tomorrow. Or we'll do it tomorrow. We'll just go to the gym tomorrow. Today you're really tired. Or you're on your period. You don't actually have to do anything. Oh, can you feel those cramps? You don't actually have to do it. Like, you can do it tomorrow and we'll just continue. Like, we'll pick ourselves back up. So you listen to that voice. And then it's one day. And then the thing about it is, it doesn't all turn to shit on that first day or that second day or that third day, because you're still getting the positive effect of your old behavior. Your body still looks nice because you've been going to the gym. So this 1 day break, you actually realize it's not having a negative effect. So you reinforce the pattern in your mind. Oh, it's not that bad. Day 2 comes, you can still see your abs. Your room is still tidy. Everything is going the way it was. So you're further reinforcing that you actually don't have to do the thing that you were doing in order to get this outcome. You can just keep on relaxing, sleeping in, doing whatever you want, and it'll continue. And then there we are again. 5 days, 5 weeks, 5 months in another rut. Damn, I thought that time was going to be different. I genuinely thought that I was going to be able to sustain this change for a lifetime. No worries. In this video, I'm going to teach you exactly how to change, and change for good, for certain, for real, forever. Hello beautiful souls, my name is Olohi and I hope you align with your purpose. So subscribe, because you deserve everything you desire. We've all been there. I want to change my life. I actually, genuinely in my soul, I want to change my life, but you start and then you stop. Like, you can never seem to sustain it for a lifetime or long enough to see the results or see the materialization of the vision you have. So in this video, I'm going to walk you through exactly what you need to do to make that change, make it forever, and do it for real. This applies to anything in your life. If you want to lose weight, if you want to gain weight, if you want to change your attachment styles, like if you want to become disciplined finally or stay consistent finally, if you want to become your dream girl in 2025, if you want to change your life in 90 days, in 60 days, in 30 days, in today, this applies all over the board. If you want a change in your life and you want that change to be permanent, this is how you do it. In this video, I'm going to be making a lot of references to the book, Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself. If you haven't read it and you want to change your life, you need to get up off your ass. Either go on Spotify, Audible, whatever, or get your ass to Waterstones, W.H. Smith, The Works, wherever they sell books. You need to buy this book. There's so much I can do as a girl who's read this book and implemented it, but Dr. Joe Dispenza has invested years of his life. There are things I'll cover and explain that I will explain, but he goes into depth. So if you want to strengthen your understanding, get that book. The most important part is implementing it, because I know you've watched a million videos. How to be disciplined, how to be consistent, how to change your life in 90 days, how to change your day in 30 days. There's no information. You don't need any more information. You need implementation. And this is the video that's going to change it for you, because there's a key thing that's missing in all those videos I've seen that is truly what made a difference for me, because I used to be just like you. I'll be in a rut, get that boost of motivation. This time will be different. Nothing will fucking change, and I'll go into a rut again. Or things will change for like 5 days, 7 days, 2 weeks max, and then back into a rut, back into the old habits, doom scrolling, binge watching, all the things that I didn't want to do anymore. I'll be doing it because it was just so easy. Dopamine is fun. I like fun, to be honest, but I knew that the life I truly wanted to live, the vision I truly wanted to manifest, it's never gonna come if I continued living that way. So this is what I did to change forever, for good, for real. Step 1, self-concept. You will never, and I mean never, you will never do more or less than your self-concept. If you're identifying with your problems will never, ever go away. If you think, I'm trying to quit, but I am a smoker, like I identify as a smoker for real, but I'm trying to quit, then you'll continue to identify, I'm a smoker, but I'm trying to quit. If I'm trying something, it means I am not, hence I am failing. So for your life, as long as your identity is I am a smoker, but I'm trying to quit, you will continue to reflect back to yourself, I am a smoker, but I'm trying to quit, by failing to quit. Because if you ever quit, then you are no longer your identity, which is I am a smoker, but I'm trying to quit. Do you get what I mean? If you identify as I am not a disciplined person, but I'm trying to be more disciplined, or I'm an anxiously attached person, but I'm trying to be more secure, or I am trying to be my dream girl, you will never ever be what you think you are trying to be. A time will come where you have to decide that you just are. That is the switch. That is the decision that needs to be made. I am this. You're not trying to be anything. You're not trying to be a content creator. You're not trying. There's nothing that you need as external validation for your internal state. Your internal state changes your external reality. Sometimes the 3D is delayed, but the 3D is a reflection of your internal reality. If you say, I am, and you believe I am, and you feel I am, and you prepare for I am, then you are. The 3D could be like mirroring back to you like, you're not. That's just the old programs in your mind trying to drag you back to who it's comfortable being. Let's use this as an example. I am a really, really, really good basketball player. And then you act like a really good basketball player. Like you go to the gym, do your drills. At first, you could be missing shots, but that reality, that knowing in your heart and in your mind is going to create situations and circumstances to prove your beliefs to yourself. If you believe something to be true and you persist in that assumption, it is fact. The only reason why you can make a choice right now and then it not be manifested in your life, like you close your eyes and say, I have £1 million pounds or $1 million, and you open your Lloyd's Bank app and you're still seeing 50p minus 50p, is because number one, you haven't persisted in the assumption. This is not a thing of, 60 days, 90 days, then like it's guaranteed on the 91st day. This is a lifestyle change. This is a core fundamental who you are shift. You're not aiming, you're not trying. Because one thing I noticed about myself is I would say, okay, if I just try for long enough, then eventually I will. Like if I just finally complete this 90-day winter arc challenge, then on the 91st day I'll finally be this person. No, you won't. Because to think you will be means you are not. So if you continue to act like I am not, guess what you're not gonna be? What you wanna be. There we go. When you want to change, decide you have changed. If you say I want $1 million, you don't have $1 million. If you say I have $1 million, but there's something in the back of your mind saying no you don't, no you don't, no you don't, no you don't, that's your rational mind. Guess what we do to the rational mind? Hush, don't speak, because the rational mind is not your God mind. Your God mind is your mind of creation, aka your delusional mind. That is the only mind we listen to, because faith and fear are both giving power to the world unseen. If you think, okay, I'm gonna trip and fall, or this is so embarrassing, I'm gonna lose my wallet, someone is gonna snatch my phone in London. Has that happened to you? No. But you believe it and you're giving those ideas power with your fear that it has to materialize. This is so easy for so many people to just be like, I'm afraid. And because you are, you are. What's that quote from The Alchemist? Some people believe the world is a threatening place, and because they believe it to be so, it turns out indeed to be a threatening place. Facts though. But if you're here on this hand and you're saying, I am financially free, I am abundant, I have $1 million, I am a professional actress, I have everything my heart desires, I manifest the man who is mine by divine rights. This and this, they are both giving power to a world unseen. This is faith though. This is fear though. So now it's up to you to decide, what do I want to give my power to with my attention? Who do I want to be? What do I want to embody in this life? Once you've made that decision, then you decide you are. How would this person think? How would this person act? How would this person dress? And you decide you are them right in this second, and then you act accordingly. Every choice you make it from the lens of that person. How you're gonna do this? Self-concepts. I have a template down below in the description box. You can download and you can just fill it out. You decide what the ideal version of you is. Like, who are they? How do they act? How do they dress? How do they speak? How do they feel? It's so crystal clear about who this person is. This is applicable to any aspect of your life. In love, let's say you have an attachment style you don't really fuck with that heavy, and you want to change it, you want to be more secure. How does this version of me act in this situation? What would their response to this be? How do they feel when it comes to a connection? How do they act? How do they present themselves? How do they show up for their partners? How do they show up for themselves? What do they do if they feel this feeling? Do they feel this feeling? Or, I want to be my dream girl in 2025. So they're like, how does she show up? What does she do? How does she eat? How does she dress? How does she this? How does she that? Or you want to be disciplined. What are my thoughts? How do I feel? What do I do when I feel this way as a disciplined person? So you change your lens and change your perspective to change your life. Whoa! Okay. Step 2. This is the part nobody talks about. This is the part that is actually gonna change your life. This is the part that is gonna make the difference. This is called, what should I call this part? I'm gonna call it changing your body mind or rewiring your subconscious mind. It's all the same things, but I'm gonna speak it from a lens of emotions, because we often don't realize that we are ruled by our thoughts, but also equally by our emotions. I'm also reading about it in this book. It's called Everything's Beep by Mark Manson. He talks about a thinking brain and a feeling brain. And we often think that we control our lives, or we are controlled by our thinking brain, but we are controlled by our feeling brain. That is why it's so easy to be like, I want to be disciplined in your mind, but your body is saying, oh no, girl. What you truly feel like doing is sleeping. What you truly feel like doing is watching another movie. What you truly feel like doing is having a donut. What you truly feel like doing is eating this whole bucket of KFC chicken. Because we are guided by emotions. The strongest one of us, the ones that are like, oh, I want to be more like you, like the David Goggins that are like, I can feel a way, but choose to act in a certain way, different to how I feel, is because they have met a congruence, or they built a relationship between their thinking and feeling mind in a way where the thinking mind is the pilot. So I'm going to teach you how to do that now in this session called Overcoming the Body Mind, or Rewiring Your Subconscious Mind. In the book, I don't have it here, but in the book, Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself, Dr. Joe Dispenza talks about your mind, as in your thoughts, and then your feelings. So everybody has a special potion, like a special concoction of emotions in their body titled Jenna. Let's say Jenna is a woman. She is not content with her life. So on the regs, she has about 50% of stress, 10% of anxiety, 5% of sadness, 6% of happiness, and then you can fill in the rest of the percentage with whatever you want. But that is her unique mix. And let's say Mark over here, he has 30% of anxiety, 20% of happiness, 10% of exhaustion. That is Mark's unique cocktail. And the thing about your body is, at all means, at all costs, it wants to maintain your unique mix. The way you're addicted to vaping, heroin, doom scrolling, binging Netflix, you're also addicted to emotion. It doesn't matter what the emotion is. A lot of us are like, okay, we seek more happiness, but you don't realize you also seek more anxiety, you seek more anger, you seek more whatever your body needs to be in an equilibrium with that potion you have created for yourself. So if for a while, like those 5 days, you've been acting disciplined, you no longer have anxiety, your body says, wait a minute, this is not the Olohi I know. This is not the automatic programmings we've made to keep her safe. Because everything your body does is your body's trying to help you. Your mind has thoughts, and then your body said, stop thinking, ho, let me simplify it for you. So all those beliefs, your body has turned into automatic programs. So you can change your mind up here and be like, I don't want to be like that anymore. But your body has said, this is who you are now. We made it easy for you. You said you wanted to be this. Like you said that love feels unsafe for you. So we've made love feel unsafe for you in your body, and now you're trying to tell me you want to love? No. Or you say you are socially anxious. So we've made you learn social anxiety in your body, and now you're saying you want to be confident? No. So your body has learned repeatedly what it is you like. And you could say, hey, I don't like my anxiety. I actually hate being angry. But those emotions feel as addictive and good as happiness does, as adrenaline does, as those, when you have a release of anger or release of sadness, your body is like, yeah, releases dopamine to congratulate you for continuing to be in a familiar pattern that keeps you safe. So you can be like, I don't want to be angry anymore. Your body wants you to be angry though. Until you unlearn the anger in your body, you're never going to stop being angry. Breaking the addiction of being yourself, you have to lose your mind, aka lose your body mind. Tell your body to unlearn all those nasty emotions and then create a new one, aka you throw away that concoction of anxiety, sadness, in terms of anything, in terms of discipline, in terms of love, and then create a new bottle. You say, you know what, I don't want that, because that makes me feel bad and causes disease in my body, and I actually want a new life. I want a life where I'm fulfilled. So you pour 10%, 50% fulfillment in your bottle. I want a life where I'm abundant. I want a life where I'm loved. I want a life where I give love freely. I want a life of joy, happiness. Then you create a new concoction. So let's say on that 5th day where your body is like, just sleep in, ho. Who you trying to do this for? And you're sleeping in, you're beginning to feel that, because your body knows if she sleeps in, she's going to feel that yummy anxiety when she wakes up. So we're going to make sure that she's comfortable, and we're going to make sure she sleeps in so she can continue being herself and we can all be comfortable and happy. So she's going to sleep in. No. That is you falling into the trap of your body mind. To be different, you have to be different. Clock it! To be different, you have to be different. As in, you have to unlearn the patterns in your body that make you want to be who you've been before. So once you've decided who you want to be in your mind, remember you have a second mind, a feeling mind, a body mind, a subconscious mind. That is the mind that controls you. That is the mind that, what's that whole graph? You have the tinty bit of the iceberg that you see on top. Then you have the mammoth of ice under. That is your subconscious mind. So you have to decide, okay, here we are. I want to be different. And I know I have to lose this mind. AKA, I have to lose this person I am. I have to literally delete these unconscious patterns in my body. So you lose your old mind and then you create a new one. Now, how do we do that? In this part, the how-to part, the takeaway section, how are we going to change for good, for real, forever? Number one, we've already talked about the self-concept. We've already talked about you being crystal clear about who you want to be, the type of actions that person does, the life they live, blah, 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 blah. You know exactly who you want to be in your mind. And your body is saying, no, girl, no, this is not comfortable, this is not us, this is not how we act, this is not who we are, stop pretending. So, this is how I learned to lose that old mind and create a new one. Shout out Joe Dispenza. I use his meditation, his 15-minute meditation in the book, Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself. Basically, what you're doing is you're demolishing the foundation or the infrastructure you've built that old mind works on, and then you learn a new feeling in your body. So this meditation is in 4 parts. The first part is body induction. You get into a state, a theta state or a lower state, not your beta. You move into alpha and then delta, then theta, whatever. I'll put a graph up. Because in those states, your subconscious mind is more accessible. That is the state when you're about to go to bed and the first thing you wake up. Those are the states you can access. And then in theta or in delta, one of them, that is like you're in deep sleep. So you want to be in the in-between ones where you're not asleep yet, but you're not in beta. So you're not in your analytical mind and you can reason with your subconscious mind. So you get into a meditative state. You let your body be loose, be limp, and then I recommend not doing this in your bed because you will fall asleep. I do it in this chair. Actually, this is my meditation chair. And then you put your headphones on, your blindfold on. You do the whole sensory deprivation thing. Part 2, you unlearn the old mind. I do this with a technique with visualization. I've had Tyson Liberto talked about this in his video. He talked about he imagines a building with pillars, and the pillars are the old things that he used to be that he doesn't want to be anymore. And he looks at the building and he imagines the building falling down. And then they tell you to recreate the experience of the emotion you're trying to unlearn, because when you're unlearning an old habit, you're unlearning an old emotion your body has programmed into you. So at this part, you pick one emotion. Currently, let's say I'm unlearning fear. So I recreate the experience of fear in my body. How do I feel when I'm afraid? Let's say you're unlearning your attachment style and you try to recreate that feeling of when you feel like the anxiety of when you feel like double texting, or the fear you feel when you just need to run away. Or if you're this lazy, you want to unlearn the emotion of everything. Laziness is rooted in fear. So you conjure up that feeling, that fear you have when you know you want to do something but you don't know if you're going to be good, You conjure that in your body. You feel the emotion, the fear. Now what I do is, as I'm feeling the emotion, I create a visual, like I detach from my old self and I watch her. Like, what does the thoughts that are going through her mind when she's laying in bed and doom scrolling, or to see her at this table like fidgeting with her thumbs like, oh, I'm afraid, I don't know what's gonna happen, I don't know if I'm good enough, and I just observe how silly she looks. Bruh, is this who I want to be? I watch how she moves through her day with no passion, with no fulfillment, with no compassion for herself, and I just observe her, how she eats, how she dresses, how she doesn't show up for herself. And then when I feel that fear in my body, I realize that I can't be that if I'm observing that. Hence, I don't have to be that. So I step away from her and I observe her and I forgive her. And then I go up to her in this visualization and I hold her hand. She's still jittery, she's still anxious, and I say to her, thank you for trying to keep me safe. But in order for us to fulfill our destiny, you can no longer be here. I hold her hand, I give her a hug. And then I embrace her. Then she's like spitting her fears to me. And then one by one I debunk them. She's like, but what if they don't like us? They don't have to. But what if it doesn't work out? It's guaranteed. She just keeps on spitting and then she has nothing else to say. And then those are all the fears that have been in my subconscious mind. They're out and they've been debunked. And then she's like, I still feel anxiety though. I say no problem, but you cannot be here anymore. So I walk her to the door, I open the door, and then on the outside of the door there's just this bright white light, and I say, universal consciousness, take her as she is and evolve her to be a better version. And then she is consumed by the light and she's no longer with us. The space is clear. We can now create a new mind. Step 3, you mentally rehearse that. You feel it in your body and you say, actually, nah, you don't have to feel like this. You let it go. You feel it, you like imagine yourself doing different scenarios that you could encounter, and then you choose in every single one of that situations to do and be someone different. So if you in the morning you'd like think in your mind, I should sleep 5 more minutes, you say change, and then you change, because you don't have to be that way anymore. If in the afternoon you would come back and be extremely tired and you're just like 5 minutes on TikTok, change, because you don't have to be that way anymore. It is the true unlearning is the unlearning of the body, of the subconscious mind. This is deep hypnosis like meditation. That is how to truly change. And then you have this blank slate now. You can imagine the true you, because the best you is the real you. That's the God mind. That is your destiny, that is your purpose, that is your higher self, that is the real you. Every single time you draw back into the old patterns and old negative habits, that is you cosplaying as someone you are not. That is the fear and the doubt, and that is not you. You envision as something for your life. You can do one thing at a time. If you want to unlearn and be a disciplined person, focus on that. If you want to unlearn like an old bad attachment style, focus on that. Don't try to do attachment style, discipline, and these are all at the same time, because you have your whole lifetime. This is not a 90-day thing. This is a journey of a lifetime. So focus on one at a time. Being a new person, amplifying one aspect, then one aspect, then one aspect. I recommend doing the one thing that is just going to catapult into everything else in your life. Like you becoming a disciplined person. You'll be disciplined in every aspect. Body, gym, mind, work, blah, blah, blah. So do that. Love. You become a more loving person. You're more compassionate towards yourself, so you do the more disciplined thing. It's just a bottle that keeps flowing and filling up your cups. So this new version of you that you already know, because we did that whole meditation prep, remember? You create a scene in your mind. That's why state akin to sleep also works. Neville got this technique where before you sleep, you think of $1 million in your mind. Then you fall asleep with that thought. Is because in this meditation, you're doing the same thing. You're getting into a sleep-like state. You're not sleeping. Please don't sleep. So you imagine a scene that would imply that who you are is done. So let's say you're learning the emotion of fear or anxiety because you want to be a more disciplined person. Or you're unlearning the emotion of fear because you want to be able to love. So you imagine you've unlearned the fear already, and then you think of a scene. Like if you're a more disciplined person, you think of yourself, what would you achieve if you're more disciplined? Like you think, okay, if I become more disciplined, my business will boom. So you think of a scene that implies your business has boomed. Like you open your phone and you're getting Shopify notifications, or let's say think to imply that you finally learned how to love, or you're no longer anxiously or avoidantly attached. So you're picking out flowers, or you're looking at a ring, something to imply that you have or you've achieved that. Then you imagine that state in your mind. Then you move to the next, something else that implies that it doesn't have to be difficult. You don't have to be sleeping and then you wake up to David Gogge's ringtone and then you're working at your laptop and then you get billion. It could just literally just be one thing, like looking at your phone. It could literally just be a picture that signifies I have this. Let's say you want to be a content creator. A good one is like envisioning you unwrapping your play button. Perfect. And then at the end of the meditation, give me a sign, universe, because the universe, if you ask for a sign, the universe will give you a sign. It's kind of scary. Do you want to know about mine? I asked for a camera. I said, universe, like I asked for a specific camera, a Canon camera, vlogging Canon camera, the exact model. And then I said, universe, just playing with it. Like you just ask for a sign and let it go. Universe, if I made contact with the higher mind, then show me this sign. And then I asked for that sign. The next day, my friend Naya posted that exact camera on her story. She was like, guys, I want to sell this camera. I didn't even know anybody I knew had that camera. So it's really a crazy thing. Trust in yourself. Trust in the Christ mind. It is possible for you. It will be done for you. Chill, bruh. And you have a whole lifetime. You have a whole lifetime to learn yourself. Be patient with yourself. Be kind to yourself. It is possible for you. The only relationship you can never ever leave in your life is the relationship you have with yourself. So learn to forgive yourself. You let yourself down, I don't give a fuck. Try again. You let yourself down, I don't give a fuck. Try again. You have yourself. You always have yourself. You have to learn to be compassionate. So be patient. And as always, I'm so proud of the person you are and even more proud of the beautiful soul you are becoming. If you learned something from this video, make sure to leave a thumbs up, subscribe and turn on post notifications. I am always open for conversations in the comments, and I'll see you in the next one.